We're going to be making custom video game characters using pixelart.com. This is the website, Pixel, P-I-X-I-L, art.com. That's not how you actually spell pixel. Pixel is P-I-X-E-L. But anyway, and we're going to be making these. This website, you can pause the screen if you want to get to this web page. I'm not going to make a bit.ly for it. I don't have the time. Sorry. Here we go. To make this character, I put numbers here. That's so that you can just know, and you can literally look at the screen and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 so that you have room for a center. So it's important that it's actually an odd number. And then his height, I made is 26. I just showed that one leg is 3 so that you know like the width of those legs. And then the side view of the character. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to getting to this thing. So I'm going to start with a new file. And to make this work, I'm going to set a 60 width by a 30 height. That gives me a little, in fact, I may even go a little bit bigger, just have a little more space. New drawing. Okay. And you can zoom in and out with your magnifying glass. I'm going to put a guideline. So I'm going to reference this site again, 11 across. So right away, I'm going to just use I'm going to get the pencil tool. I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to pick green. And I'm going to put a green guideline here. I'm going to go 11 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then over here, I'm going to do a guide that is, I'm going to skip a space down. I'm going to do this 26 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm going to suggest you pause the video right now. Make sure that you have the top and the side exactly correct. 11 by 26. And I just left a little space here. We're going to start our character right here. And I think that's how much space do we need for his, yeah, that's right. 11 is the entire width of his entire body or whatever your character that you end up making. Okay. Welcome back. You pause and you're back. So now I am going to choose the hair color, and it's sort of a brownish reddish color. I sort of made myself here. So I will just pick orange. You can go over to the color and click on the color itself, and you can choose any shade of that color that you want. And I know that it is all the way across like that. And if I look at my thing, yep, went all the way across and all the way down. Now that was because I have the beard. If you had a character without a beard, maybe I'll do it without a beard just so you can see without a beard. Okay, so there's my hair. I might make my hair have like a couple wavy spots in it. Okay. And then I'm going to pick a skin tone. So I'm going to click on the color over here. I can pick a color that I want to be my skin tone for this character. And then I'm going to count how far down does my head go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 10 down. Okay. So we'll go back. So I already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I know it goes all the way across. It's going to match up with the top, and the side's going to go down like this. And then I can use the fill tool, bucket, and fill it in like that. Boom. Now I have a little canvas. There's my little face. Then I'm going to do the eyes. I'm going to take a look at the eyes. They start 1, 2 from the side. So it's the third from the side on each side is where I start my eyes. And it's down 3 from the top and 3 from the side. Okay, so let's get my color. I'm just going to go with that blue color. Go with a light blue. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Right. Oops. Control Z. Made a mistake. I forgot to switch back to pencil. Make sure you're back on the pencil tool. You can also, if you look, when I'm hovered over, there's a letter. So it says P, R. So if I hit R, it'll switch to my brush tool. Control Z. Don't like that. So I hit Control, CTRL, and Z. I'm going to switch back to my P for my pencil tool. And I'm going to go 3 down and 3 over. And that's my blue. And then I had the eyeball was like 3. Like that. I'm just going to fill it in. So it's 3 over, 1, 2, 3, and 3 down, 1, 2, 3, like that. And maybe the eye is going to cover over The hair is going to cover over part of the eye. Okay, sure, why not? And I'll put a black dot. I can put whatever color dot in the middle I want, whatever color eyes you want your character to look like they have. So I'm going to pick a darker dot like that. Okay, there's my eyes, kind of intense. Okay, now we're going to draw a mouth. I'm going to use black for that. Drag all the way to the corner, or you can pick these. They've like kind of straight colors over here. And I'm going to do like a little smile. There we go. There's my smiling character. There's nothing else on the face, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so I've got the neck. I put 3. Now, the reason it's 3 and it's in the middle, it's an odd number. And by the way, I'm going to pick this color again by using the color picker, or I'm going to use V. I'm going to press V. Oh, I'm sorry, press V, select the color. You see the color just changed here. If I click a different spot, it will pick whatever color I selected. So I hit V, and then I'm going to press P now that I've selected the color, and I will do right in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and I can just check 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. If I have 4 on either side, I did the neck the right size. You could make your neck skinnier. You could right click. It could be like a single dot, you know. I think that looks a little weird, so I'm gonna go with 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a shirt that goes the length of his head. So I'm just gonna pick a different color. I'm gonna go with I want a yellow. I want a really kind of brighter yellow. Okay, that's not a brighter yellow. Hold up. Okay, there we go. There we go. And I'm gonna go back and look at the sample. So the shirt is like too thick across. That's his shoulders. So I'm gonna stick with that design for now. Feel free to change this later. Okay. And then it's like 2 over, 3 of 1, 2, 3 over and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6. His body's about 6 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna right click to get rid of, and I can fill that without having it hand draw. I find it very satisfying to draw those things. So I'm going to copy his skin color using V to turn on my color picker. Pick his skin color, press P to turn back, and I'm going to draw his arms. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just do that. Okay, so there's my character so far. So far, so good. You can zoom in if that helps you see the detail. You can change anything you want. You can, like I could make his face sort of, I could take out some of those and sort of make like he's got a chin more like this. Oh, that's kind of cool. I might keep it like that. I could round his head off. So it doesn't have to be a total square. It could be very more Minecrafty or not. And then let's go back and look at my size. So then I've got pants. I'm going to put a different color for his pants so I can tell them apart. You don't have to do that, but I think it looks cool. I'm going to go with that classic, blue jeans color here, kind of like this dark color. I like that. Close the ads. And those are going to be that length. And then that gets down to here. So I'm just going to go like that. Maybe they're going to be, I could do them three each like this if I want. And then I can make these a different color. I could change that to like shoes. Maybe he has white shoes, like white. Nope, Control Z. There's this, I don't love that color. It's a little hard to see against this backdrop. So I'll just do brown shoes. Okay, there's my character. You want to do something, maybe he has a design on his shirt, or, maybe there's some logo or something, or you could do something fancy like that. I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to leave it plain. Now, the side view. This is very important. To get the side view, we're going to really be using that V and P. In fact, I'm spreading my hand out and putting my pinky on the V and my pointer finger on the P, so I can just go back and forth. But over here, let's take a look. I have a 4 width sideways plus his nose actually goes out to 5. So I'm going to draw that line at the top. In fact, I'm going to copy that line using V, and then I'm going to go P, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go V to pick his hair color, and P, and I'm just going to draw his hair like that. Okay, so his hair goes down to about that far, right? Okay, and then it's going to be the skin color. So V, P. And I'm going to just draw it so it matches, side view matches that. And then his neck is right there. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of draw that down. And there's the side of his head. Now I can do fancier things. I can, like I might, I don't know, maybe, oops, VP. Maybe his hair hangs down right there because it covered his eyes. Maybe I put a little of the blue here. So we see his eyes start like right there. Maybe it goes to there. So maybe we see his eyes from the side. Maybe even have this in the center like that. Like we see his eye from the side view. I don't know. That's kind of up to you. I'm going to sort of match up though. That's his mouth. And then I'm going to get his neck is good. I'm going to pick the yellow with V. I'm going to go to P. Now I can decide, what did I do here? I made his body a little bit thinner than his head inside. So I'm going to try to stick with that and go down. And I'm going to match exactly with this so that like if I animate this later and I want to turn him sideways, it'll look natural. Like his body didn't just all of a sudden change. I could make it thinner, like his head's just kind of big. Sorry, big head. So I might move it up a little. I don't know. Like his head sort of does that bendy thing. And then his arms, I'm going to pick the arm color again. And I'm going to start right there. I'm going to go down the exact same height as the arm. So there's his arms. And then the blue of the pants. You guys getting the picture here, how this works? So there's a few things on the sideway view that, like, for example, the shoe might stick out. Oops, V and then P. Like it might stick out one because his shoes stick out. I might add a nose, V and then P. Put his nose right there. So his nose sticks out. I might not have these. On my sample, you'll see I didn't even put his eyes. Like maybe you can't see them. I put his beard down though. And then I did one with his arms out. And you could do one from behind. You can copy by using the select tools. You can actually highlight the whole thing. And I can say copy. I could click right here and say Control V and paste, and I can move it. And then I could draw him the backside, which would actually be pretty easy to do. I'm just going to color. I'm going to click off. I'm going to select the paint, V again, and P. This is the back of his head. So this would be like all hair, possibly. I guess he could not have hair back there. And then, yeah, maybe not. Maybe V and P. Get rid of the smile because this is the back. This is like his neck. There you go. There's the back. If he turned around backwards, this might be my character. His hair might go a little longer. So I could always play with that, and let's see, 1, 2, and then maybe fill that in. So maybe that's the back of his head. There's his haircut and his neck. And it looks exactly the same as the front. You could have a t-shirt design here, so when he turns around, it's more obvious. You want to create a character that has multiple dimensions so we can create more of an illusion that our character is three-dimensional when it's really very two-dimensional, almost one-dimensional. And that is how you would make a pixel character. And then be creative, make lots of different things, do lots of things with the design. I really love, there's some samples here. If you take a look, these actually, I'm going to zoom in a little. Let's see, Control plus, 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 plus. You can see the pixels, you can count them. Now they've really, you can see the shading of some of these pixels is very, like look at the shade. This is supposed to be Indiana Jones. That's his whip. That's the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones. That's pretty awesome. There's several different Indiana Jones characters. So yeah, there you go. You could develop something like this. These are harder. They're a little more complicated, but there's just more colors too. So I made mine a lot simpler. And I think starting off, it's great to start simple and kind of work your way up. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. And creating your own custom character. And then the last step is going to be how to save. So I suggest two things. Save as a PIXIL, which means that if you have layers or if you've done animation or anything, this will save it. So save that. It's going to pop open a window. You're going to say file name, call it what you want. My finished character. You can call it, Bob yellow shirt. I'm just going to give them the whole thing. Say okay. It's going to pop open a prompt window, save it, or it's going to go straight to your downloads. I'm going to make sure it's in my downloads. I've got it. Pixel file, save. Okay, that just saved. You can see that it did a little thing here, and I can show a folder, and I can see in my folder that it saved that file. Okay. Then you can also save it again, and you can save it, export it, and you can export. Now this is important. I'm going to show you two things. One, when you download as a PNG. Okay, I'm going to move my picture here so we can see. I'm going to save the drawing or download. Sorry, I'm going to download it. It's going to pop open. I'm going to call this whatever I call the other thing. I'm going to call my character Bob yellow shirt PNG. Save. I downloaded it. I'm going to go look at that. Show in folder. I'm going to double click on this so you can see this. Okay, double click. Look at how tiny that is. That's the size that we're making it at. I can zoom in. It gets kind of blurry, but there's our tiny itsy bitsy little pixel character. Now, this is a really cool feature when you export file, export, you can make it bigger. Okay, so I'm going to make it. So in fact, you can see the width and height, 2,100. That's actually really big. So if I were going to use this in Pivot as a character, I might make it like, I don't know, 500 or something. So download PNG. I'm going to call this, in fact, I'm going to click on this one here where it says my character Bob, yellow shirt, but I'm going to say 500. Save. I'm going to open that show in folder, and I'm going to click on the 5. Oh, it's still downloading, I think. Is it still downloading? Yeah, there we go. Oh no, there's a 500. That's the small one. There's the tiny one. Here's the new one. Double click. See how much bigger? It's much bigger and easier to see. So you can make it even bigger if you want. But for working in Pivot the way we're going to work, that 500 is probably close to a good size for your character. You can make it a little bigger. It's never bad to have it a little bit bigger because you can shrink it and it's going to look great. So now we're going to stop. But that's really important. The saving is so important because if anything happens, like let's just... let me close this here. I'm going to go ahead and just file new drawing. Let's just say I just lost my whole drawing. I came back, it didn't save. You can go to File, Import Pixel, and you can actually import that final PIXIL file you had wherever you saved it. And there's my finished character, Bob Yellow Shirt. Open, and there he is. This is great if you want to work on different computers too. You can download it, put it in your Google Drive, download it from your Google Drive and use it on any computer anywhere in the world that has basic internet access and, like Chrome or Safari or Firefox, any browser should work. All right, I am now going to stop. I think that's everything I can teach you about this for right now. Have fun creating characters.